they're talking about the victims. And this is no different. I have wine here that's been sitting out since the last time we came live. I think it was at like 6 or 7 o'clock tonight, and I have not drank a glass of wine since. But in all fairness, and with transparency, which means I'm going to be clipped over this because people just clip because they're assholes. I did go out. I went out to a seafood restaurant and I had one drink and kaboom shrimp. My bill was literally under $20. Like literally under $20. Right? And I came home. I have literally been on the road for almost 90 days. I lay in bed, I try to recuperate. I try to, but I don't really leave. Like tonight was the night that I left, and I actually went up to a local bar, like right down the road. And I saw friends I haven't seen in years. They didn't even recognize me. Didn't know who I was. Didn't recognize me. I recognized them. They didn't recognize me. And I was okay with that. Because everywhere I freaking go, everybody knows me. And here in my own damn town, nobody knows who I am. Nobody. That is awesome. Are you kidding me? Like, I haven't even been trying to get attention with the political shit. Like, I'm, trying to stay in my own lane over here. I'm so sick of the attention here in the county because I blew this county up in my political days. And I just want kind of some peace in mind. Does anybody understand that? Just wanting some peace in mind. Like, I don't want anybody knowing who I am, where I've gone. I was even talking to a gentleman. His name was Tyler. Nice guy. Really, really nice guy. Seems like he's got his shit together. He's got children himself. I wasn't talking to him in any respect of, whatever. I wasn't talking. Adults. We're not 20 years old, okay? We got our hormones in check. I have to... let me know. By a number one, how many women have their hormones in check? Like, you can have a conversation with a man without trying to, jump his bones and stuff like that. Like, we're not 20-something years old. I mean, me, personally, I've lived my 20s. Like, I have lived them. And I understand that I can walk out of this house right now. I'm a female with a hoo-ha. Like, I can literally walk out of this house right now and go to whatever place I want. I can go to the freaking grocery store and jingle this and have somebody to come home with. I mean, come on, let's face it, we're women. And it doesn't matter how ugly you are, right? It doesn't matter how pretty you are. It doesn't matter about shit. You're a female with a yuha, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, you're going to get something if you want something. You see what I'm saying? Everybody knows that I'm being honest. Even the guys out there, it doesn't matter. You know what? Ugly chicks have been, been getting it since, when was beer invented? Right? I mean, seriously, we're women. We got the goods. Like, unless you want to be Rosie Palmer and her five sisters every night of the freaking week, you need us. Let's face it. You need us. And guys, it's not like you don't even know you need us. Like, your house is trashed. You don't know which direction you're going. You don't even know how to cook a fucking meal. You don't know how to balance a checkbook. You know shit. Literally, let's face it, guys. You guys are helpless. The reason why you respect women, well, my kind of woman, is because, one, she would beat the ever-loving shit out of you if you disrespect her. Let's be honest. My kind of woman would be willing to go to jail over disrespect, just saying. I follow the law, though. You're good with me. But I'm just saying, people like me. Right? I mean, it is 2022. We can wear a freaking paper mask and put put fake hair on us and still beat the shit out of you and prove it. Prove it, bitch! This is not Comedy Hour on the Bullhorn Betty Show. Maybe it is, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, right? But let's be honest. Come on, guys. I know there's a lot of guys watching this right now, and you know damn well, if you are with a woman, she is the reason why you are still ticking. And if you're not with a woman, I guarantee your ass is home depressed why a woman will not deal with your bullshit. Take some advice from Bullhorn Betty. Take some advice from Bullhorn Betty. If a woman pays you like just a little bit of attention, that means she cares about you. Okay? If she's 40 or above, that means she likes you a lot more than Carrie. Okay? Because the younger people, they don't really give a shit about that shit, right? They just want to make sure you're going to be there, and if you're not there, they're like, fuck you, go on with your bullshit. I'm moving on to the next guy, like Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? So we know that about the younger group. But the people that are older, 30s is probably still about the same as 20s, but when you're getting to your 40s and above, you're done with all that. You're done with all that. So if a woman's paying you any ounce of time and you're being disrespectful to her, and then you're going to sit there and cry about how no woman wants to be with you, yeah, it's probably on you, dude. Just say, I don't know. You just got Bullhorn Betty on a bad night. She's a female. She's going through female problems, and she's got a bottle of frickin' wine. So if any other female is out there like me tonight, throw some thumbs up in here. And don't forget to like this video. Because I'm telling you, after spending 3 weeks in Savannah, Georgia, with some dirty-ass cops, dirty-ass politicians, and a dirty-ass judicial system, and knowing my friend is now going to go through that process, Dolly Vision, by the way. He is my friend. Let's be honest. Dolly is a friend. What constitutes a friend? What constitutes a friend on the streets of YouTube? What constitutes a friend on the streets of YouTube is meeting them in person, first and foremost. And those out there in this community know who I've met in person. But it's not just meeting them in person. It's having a fucking disagreement with that person and them keeping their mouth shut and keeping the shit behind the scenes, right? It's like literally every person I meet on YouTube, I almost want to have an instant freaking fight with them to see where their loyalty and their integrity is. Seriously. You have watched me go under immense bullshit. Immense. You guys, whoever's been around here longer than 6 months knows exactly what the hell I've gone through. And it was horrible, and you guys loved me, and you guys helped me push through it. You helped me push through it, right? The hell is my vape? Right? I'm like freaking out over this vape now. Give me a second. Oh, and all you haters, stay tuned because you might see me freak out. Wouldn't you love to capture that? Wouldn't you love to capture me lose my shit on YouTube? Wouldn't you like me to see me lose my ever-loving shit on YouTube? Stick around. I might just do that. Right? Because you guys got me so flustered. Right? You guys have been attacking me so much about my past, which I don't care about, neither does anybody else. But stick around, haters. You might be able to clip this. I'm just saying. I don't know much, but I think you probably should stick around because there may be a lot more to clip, and we would not want you to lose on your payday, right? Because without Bullhorn Betty, you would literally not get a fucking paycheck this month. So stick around. Stick around for Bullhorn Betty to make sure that you get your paycheck this month. Because I don't have to worry about just my bills. I got to worry about yours too. Sit still. I did find my vape. It was right next to my wallet that had $100 bills sticking out of it. And it's not like those $100 bills. And this is the crazy thing. Like that nasty cabbage chick, that tight, tight shirt dude that does nothing but complain about everybody else. By the way, this chick right here is in his own state and has not even sponsored one flyer for this child. He has not sponsored one banner for this child in his own state. In his own state. Yes, this is a true story. But I helped coordinate it. There is my girl right there, Mallory. House of Williams is in the house. God bless you, girl. You know everything I'm saying is true. And I have to be honest with you, Mallory. I have to be honest with you because I don't lie. I lie sometimes. I shouldn't say I lie. I omit certain things if it's not directly asked. I will never ever lie because I'm to the age that I don't really give a fuck what anybody says about me or does with me. So if you ask me point blank, so-and-so, 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 I would either tell you I'm not answering that question, right? I mean, that is a choice for a grown adult, is that's none of your fucking business. Or I would tell you. But if I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. Now, the sneaky thing that Bullhorn Betty does is depending on what comes out of my mouth and what my motivation is, I may omit certain facts. But I'm not law enforcement. And I'm not saying it under oath. Let's be honest. Right? I'm here. I'm spending thousands of dollars to go. If I want to do something my way, I will do it. And I expect my audience to embrace it. Right? I didn't say they have to agree with it. I'm just saying they have to embrace it. We need Olivia and Dolly. Julie, are you kidding me? We need more than that. We need more than that. Like, I really, truly believe that we push that police department to its brink. They didn't know whether they were coming or going, and they were doing everything wrong. They're about to get themselves in a big lawsuit, but by the grace of God, I am not that much of an asshole, but I will be. Absolutely will be that much of an asshole because I am a true professional, and whether people want to dog my profession or not, I am legit media. And they blocked me from being at a legit press conference. And they kicked out Fox 28 in an effort not to address me. I have a huge problem with that. Out of everybody in that room, I am the only person that has been seen around the world. I am the only person that has been seen on Lifetime News. The only person that's been seen on Peacock. I'm talking about standing there. Now, if Olivia and Jonathan were standing next to me when this was taking place, then I can say that we were all three, right? But they were not there. The only person that was there was me. Believe me when I say my face has been seen around the world. I have given interviews to France. I have given interviews to Japan. I have given interviews to China. I have given interviews to Australia. There is not one credentialed media in Savannah, Georgia that has the credentials of Bullhorn Betty. And then put Marissa up there. People want to dog my girl Marissa. Listen, she's a sister from another mister. I don't care if we get in the biggest brawl in the fucking history of YouTube. I don't care if I swear her a C, a B, an A, whatever other letter in the world. She is my sister from another mister, and if you know anything about sisters, you don't get into a fight. It is just best to keep your mouth shut. I don't ever foresee me and Marissa ever getting into another fight. You know what? We had our little tiff. It's done. It's over with. We know where each other stands. We know each other as a person. We embrace each other as a person. We support each other as that person. And we propel that person as the person. Even through all of the fights me and Marissa have and have had, I've always carried her pen because it's a valued piece of me. It shows the people the importance that she has in my life, even when we're not getting along. You know what that's called? It's called fucking integrity. That's what that's called. Could I have come out and just said horrible things about Marissa and done the, like, let's be honest, she could have came out and said a hell of a lot worse than she said about me, right? She gave me $600 for that trip, or $300 for that trip, or whatever she gave me or donated to me, or I think it was $600 between me and Olivia. I don't know. It may have been $600. I don't remember. You give me a tip like that, you call me a fucking cunt every single day of your life. Right? But it doesn't change the fact that she was out there with us. It doesn't change the fact that she hates freaking gators, snakes, and everything freaking else, but she was out there in the freaking woods with us. And when push came to shove, she got a mouth from the freaking South. She my girl. And if anybody has a problem with that, I don't give a fuck. At this point, I don't care. Like a year ago, I may have been worried about my numbers, my stats, and I don't give a shit anymore. Like, I don't care. You like me or you don't, baby. What you see is what you get. If you hate it, tune it out. If you love it, turn it up. That's how we roll. But I can guarantee you, out of all the vitriol and hate you have for me, there ain't no other bitch out there fighting for these children like I will fight for these children. I have gone up against a freaking police chief that is corrupt as hell and would rather throw us in jail than the person that hurt a 20-month-old child, and I don't care. Willing to do it. You know why? Because I know if I go inside that jail, you guys are on the outside of it. And there is nothing anybody in Savannah County can do to stop me. What's the worst thing that can happen? I go to jail? For what? Protesting that the police chief won't arrest a woman that's done heinous crimes to a child? If that's what I gotta go to jail for? Okay. Okay. We're good. I guarantee you that would be one charge that every person on the internet would forgive me for. I just don't care. It's because our cause is much bigger than the noise. At one point, the hate got all the attention, while the people that were fighting for these children got zilch. Now you're finding the tides are turning because people are sick and tired of hearing people bitch about the people that are actually doing something for these children, while the people that are bitching do literally nothing. Who gives a rat's ass about these people bitching? Like, right? Like, I'm sure that every person, we have almost 1,000 people in this chat, I'm sure that every 1,000 person in this chat could literally build a channel on bitching. How hard is that? is that? I gotta say, not hot under the collar, but I did have some cocktails. Have to be honest. I did have some cocktails tonight. Am I intoxicated? Obviously, I'm not intoxicated. You guys are seeing me here live in real time on Facebook. No, I'm not. Am I intoxicated? I would say I've had a drink. I went to Anna Marie Oyster Bar. I had one rum and coke and kaboom shrimp. Like, even my freaking receipt. If somebody pulled me over and said, "Are you driving drunk?" It's like, no, but I did have a drink at the bar. Having a drink at the bar is not a crime. Getting behind the wheel of a car under the influence of alcohol when you're not able to control that vehicle, yeah, that's a crime. Why did I go to the bar tonight? Why did I have a rum and coke? Could I have had a rum and coke here? I could have, but I don't have rum. I mean, I do have vodka. I could have had a vodka and coke, vodka and Diet Coke, vodka and Coke Zero, vodka with Dr. Pepper. I could have made something work here. Why did I go out? Because I needed to get out of this freaking house. I'm Bullhorn Betty, and life gets to me too. These cases get to me too. I was just with Brandy Neal, literally not even 45 days ago, telling me she feels her son is still alive, and we are having heavy equipment moved into one of her neighbor's backyards. I hugged that woman. People on YouTube that never leave the seat of their office or their studio or whatever they want to call it, whether they bash me or not, they will never get those experiences. They will never get the experience of truly holding a victim, fighting for them. The people I fight for know my background. They know I have no problem picking up a bullhorn and making somebody's life a living hell. The people that reach out to me are desperate for answers and desperate for their loved ones. That's why you don't hear criminals reach out to Bullhorn Betty. You would never have a Leilani or a Billy Joe ever reach out to me. You will never hear them reach out to Dolly Vision. You will never hear them reach out to Marissa or Justice or ICU or Olivia or JLR. They will never reach out to those people, ever. Not one criminal that has ever done any atrocity on a person will ever reach out to us. Ever. Why? Why? I'm so angry tonight. Like, even the wine I've drank. Like, I had a drink down at the Anna Marie Oyster Bar. I had another one drink at, I don't even know where the hell I went. It's right down the road. Tommy Knockers or whatever. Beautiful people, by the way. Beautiful people. But why? Why do you think that these people would never reach out to us? Betty, you are as hot as a work party in Stone, Northern Michigan during a blizzard and a sun. Am I that hot? Do I need to drink more often? Is that what makes me hot? Am I appealing because, like, like wine makes me a little flush? Like, I could probably put down a 12-pack of beer and walk straight, talk straight. You would never even know I was drinking. But give me some wine, 1 or 2 glasses, I'm done. Like, done. Which reminds My glass is on the dresser. I grabbed this glass. This glass is a little more dusty, as you can see. It's not really wiped down very well. And that's because it's been up. But it's been, upside down. So that means the inside is good. It's just you want the outside to look as good as the inside. But I'm sure this is going on the clip channels. I'm sure people are going to say that Bullhorn Betty had a meltdown, or, she was drunk, or whatever they want to say on here about Bullhorn Betty. No, it's not that. It's that I've worked my ass off for a solid freaking month. I was in front of this horrible, despicable home of a family. It's not one person. It was the entire family. That was despicable and disgusting. And they lied to the courts. They lied to the police. They keep lying. And they keep getting off. And I don't understand why. Because I've spoken to so many people in that area. And unfortunately, it's not like I like to say this. Remember, guys, everybody's spreading out that I'm affiliated with the Proud Boys, that I'm some kind of this racist individual that just hates people and whatever. The bottom line is you've watched me put together several events. Several. I have no control over who goes to them. None. I have put OK up. They say this is a white power sign. But if anybody knows me, I am absolutely balls to the walls of anything. Like, I have been doing the whole OK, the whatever, the loser since I was a kid. If you tell me that saying an OK sign, which, mind you, I'm a deaf person. Like, I've got one ear that works, one ear that's completely deaf. I had to go into a system that taught me some sign language. Do I remember the sign language? Of course not. I don't remember the sign language. I have to be honest with you. I can do a few things, but I don't know a lot about sign language, even though I studied it. But the one thing I remember is when you said okay in sign language, guess what? It was okay. It wasn't some nefarious thing that I'm a white privilege, white power, I hate black people type things. As a matter of fact, it's completely the opposite. It's completely the opposite. I went on a whole tour that it was okay to say okay. Right? If people disagree with that, they disagree with that. They hate me for that, they hate me for that. But if they know me, they understand exactly why I did it. Because I think it's absolutely, completely insane to now change the okay symbol that we were all accustomed to as children. We probably see our own children doing that. And to think our children or our family are racist because they did something that they did since they were a child, and all of a sudden in 2017, that changes. I was born in 1979. Are you effing kidding me? Something changes in 2017 and you expect me to comply? Call me a racist. I'm still not fucking complying. Still not doing it. And you know what? If the shoe was on the other foot and they said that, one or saying peace was some kind of racist comment for the black people to the white people, I would tell them the same thing. Kiss my ever-loving ass. It's a wedge issue. I'm not getting involved in it. I will always say it's okay to say okay. And I will always campaign for that. Because I'm sorry, I was a freaking kid. When you're telling your kid that you taught okay was okay, and now you're telling him because he shows that sign he's a racist? I'm sorry. Being a racist comes from the heart, the body, the mind, the soul. It doesn't come from a signal or sign, a sign language or nothing else. It comes from who you are as a person. And anybody tries to change that, you make your own decisions. I can promise you that half of my family is Mexican. I can promise you that 2 of my grandchildren are mulatto. I can promise you that many people across this country are just like me. We have a Heinz 57 family. We are not really the PR kind of bow down, kiss the ass of PR, or, the new and upcoming of what's horrible in the society today and how we, we're not that. I'm not going to ever be that. I will never be that. You know what I am? I'm law and order. break the law, you should pay for the law. You know why? Because I broke the law. And you know what I did? I paid for it. When people lied on me, I went to court and fought it and won. You never see me beat up a cop. You never see me violate a person of the court. You never see me perjure myself. Even in my addiction, I never did that. You know what I did? I defended myself. I defended myself a lot because I had a horrible time picking men because of the life I lived. I picked men that abused me. I picked men that used me. I picked men that hurt me. I can't say that it was this guy or that guy because it was literally everyone I picked. You want to know why I'm alone? It's because I keep still picking the bad apples. I haven't found one person in this world that has ever made me feel good. Ever. I made this, if I can find it. Probably not going to find it because I believe things happen for a reason, but it's something that I wrote. Let's see. Oh, I do have a copy. So I'm going to read this to everybody because I've got, it's a year later. I'm Bullhorn Betty. You know what I'm saying? I'm Bullhorn Betty. I'm allowed to be strong. I'm allowed to be vulnerable. I'm allowed to be weak. I'm allowed to be whatever I need to be because if I'm like this, somebody else in my audience is like this. And you know what? It's okay. It truly is okay. We talk about these real life cases, but we have to talk about ourselves too. Because at the end of the day, these real life cases get to all of us. Not just me, not just you, everyone. And when are we going to address that factor? Because we go through emotions with these cases too. We go through the highs and the lows. We go through the guilt. We go through the pain. We go through these cases as if we know these children and as if we know these victims. We roll through these cases. We do. But this is one thing. I don't know if many of you guys know, but May of 2021, actually it was before that, it's about March of 2021, I started going through this. Like, me and my husband we had been sleeping in separate rooms for 4.5 years. We didn't fight. I mean, not like we used to when we were out at the bars and getting drunk and doing things we shouldn't have been doing, which was the foundation of our relationship, by the way. I was in a bad spot when I met him. I have to be honest with you that my ex-husband did save me. He saved my life. He really did. He wasn't the same as everybody else. I know I talk about the abuse I underwent and the stuff that even Vince and I went through, and he scared me a few times, and I went to jail for it. He took money out of our bank account, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and nobody wants to believe that we had hundreds of thousands of dollars in our account. We had hundreds of thousands of dollars in our bank account when I met him. Okay? I had hundreds of thousands of dollars personally. He got into a wreck. He acquired hundreds of thousands of dollars. If I can tell you that again, we had hundreds of thousands of dollars between him and I in our bank account. And he would literally put me in jail, go to the bank the next day, and clean out every penny we had. I remember one time going up to the police station and begging them, please don't throw me in jail. I remember having my ex-husband drive me up there, and I remember being in tears, begging the sheriff to do whatever they needed to do with him. But I know if I went home with him, I'd be going to jail for something, because that was the kind of man he was. I could be sleeping and be woke up by a sheriff saying I touched my husband because I refused to give him my bank card. That's a true statement. My haters won't tell you that. They'll tell you I've been arrested I don't know how many freaking times. Why am I going through all this with you? Why am I even telling you all this personal information that will be wielded against me by my haters? Why? I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I really believe Michael Monkey Vaughn's not coming home. Because us as creators, I mean, we have no conscience, we have no feelings. We have nothing, right? We're just here, we're just grifters. We don't care about these kids. We don't care about... I just saw Marissa in here. Thank you for being here, Marissa. Well, I'm having a complete, utter breakdown on YouTube. I appreciate you being here. Because you know what? Even everybody can acknowledge me and Marissa have had our problems. But you know what? At the end of the fucking day, I guarantee you, I call that woman. She is there for me. Out of all the people that I called to come out to support us, my sheet was low. I don't have a long sheet of people that I trust to work with. But you know what? You guys can say all the shit you want about Marissa. You can talk and squawk all the crap that you want. You guys watched a public demonstration of whatever that was. But you know what? When I was out there fighting for that kid, so was she. And let me tell you this. She came out there. If anybody knows anything about me, I love my people and I want my people to succeed. All my people, right? And not even, I shouldn't even say my people. I should say our people. Because they're our people. Even you guys. Even you guys are in, you know, the circle. But there's only a handful of people that we can trust on YouTube, seriously. And despite all the bullshit that went on between me and Marissa, she's still there for me. And despite all the bullshit that went on with Marissa, I'm telling you, her fucking pen went with me on every fucking case. Every freaking case. You never see me really come out against Marissa. She needed to say something. She needed to get shit off her chest. That was fine. I loved her for that. I hated her for that at the time. Let's be honest. I don't like anybody talking shit about me. Especially when I was getting hammered. But who was sitting out there with me in front of frickin' Quentin Simon's home? Who was fucking there? Many of people talk about JLR. I love JLR to death. He's like a brother to me. But everybody's trying to blame all this stuff with I haven't talked to JLR in forever. Right? Like, I talk, like, he'll say, if you know anything, and Marissa and, I know Justin is in here, can attest to this. Like, you get one call a day. I'm down to one call a week. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I love JLR. I think he's great people. He's a person that you have on your side. You don't fuck with him. You don't bring drama to his doorstep, which you know I already have. And he still loves me. But the reason why I only get one call a freaking week, right? But at the end of the freaking day, I guarantee no matter what, Marissa's got my freaking back. Justice has got my back. JLR's got my back and Olivia's got my back. I know people are saying, what about Dolly? I love Dolly to death. I love Dolly to death. I really do. He's my dude. But if you ask me if I had to choose between Dolly or Molly, I'll give you a ride, babe. I'll give you a ride. But at the end of the freaking day, who is JLR person? Majestic, if you don't know who JLR is, he is my BFF. This is a man I have that is truly family. And not only just family, he's chosen family. Okay? He's chosen family. And probably not the person you want to piss off. Just saying. Just saying. Probably not the person you want pissed off. But I don't speak for him because I don't talk to him. I have no association with him hardly ever anymore because he's dealing with his own thing, his own family. You know, he started up a whole entire new channel. By the way, got already 11,000 people. Pretty freaking awesome dude. Okay? Weird as hell. I'll give you that. Weird as hell. But, you know, when it comes to my circle, everybody's fucked up. Marissa, at least give me a thumbs up for that one. You know I ain't lying. I ain't lying, girl. Everybody in our group's fucked up. Everybody. You, me, the whole freaking neighborhood is fucked up. Why am I being so real tonight? Because I'm on alcohol. Right? Why is poor Betty going fucking nuts tonight? Because she had a glass of wine. She had a glass of wine, and she realizes one of the kids that she was out looking for may not be making it home by Christmas. So, if anybody has a problem with, anybody wants to clip this, clip it. I don't give a shit. I'm a fucking human being, and these are freaking kids. And if you don't think it fucking hurts, just a click and a view, just money, right? Just money. Well, let me tell you something. I live off $1,000 a month. I don't need money. Am I appreciative of it? Yes, of course I am. Am I appreciative of knowing that I can go out and like literally take a trip? If I wanted to leave right now and go on a breaking news right now, I can get up and leave. Do I have comfort in that? Yes, I do. Thank you, YouTube, for that. Oh, I forgot to go through the list. This is the list. This is the infamous list. Now, I shit you not. Look at the date. That is correct. This was 14 days before Summer went missing. This was 14 days before Summer went missing, and this was almost 3 months before I came into true crime. Yeah, I've been looking for a guy that long. Not just any guy. The right guy. And I keep thinking, you know, I mean, you guys may not know this, but I have dated a few guys. Why does it sound like I haven't dated a few guys? It's because they weren't worthy of talking about. I talk on this channel all the time about empowering women and making sure you never have to live with a guy that ever hurts you again. You have value. You are worthy. But like for me, because of my, you know, it's like the experiences. So anybody that dates me has to understand I do not like being ignored. And I definitely don't like feeling like a burden. You know what I'm saying? Like those are there's a few things that will kill any relationship for me. It doesn't matter how great they are or whether that even exists. But if you make me feel it, it exists. So this is what I wrote, and I wrote this literally 2 days after my husband left this home. Like, I had already talked to him about how I had to pray a lot. Many people don't realize I'm a very Christian woman. The divorce was like the Antichrist for me. It was horrible. I felt like a failure. I felt like I was going to be cursed by God. Many people don't, like, I literally lost 60 pounds getting a divorce. 60 pounds in 2 months. Yes, it is possible. Like, my skin was literally loose on my body. That's how much, because I was praying so much. I was fasting. I didn't know what to do. I never had an affair on my husband. I was very loyal to him. Did he have an affair on me? Yeah, at the beginning of our relationship, he was caught having an affair on me, but do I think he had an affair on me after that? No, I don't. I really don't. Because, we were acting like, if he wanted to have an affair, 4.5 years of not sleeping in the bed with your wife, granted, nobody would blame you for that. The man didn't do it. If he wanted to do it, he didn't. But here's the qualities. And this is what I'm talking about to all my females out there that are going through the same thing I'm going through. Trust me, I could literally, like, I was out tonight having cocktails at a bar. I smell like cigarettes. I could have literally picked up probably at least a half a dozen men there, or a dozen men, if I so chose, right? If I so chose and I wanted to have a, wild night, I am a female. I do have all the equipment necessary to have a wild night. Men, on the other hand, have a little bit of a harder time having a wild night willy-nilly, right? Women really don't have that problem. Let's be honest. Please stay civil. So Mama Bullhorn says, please stay civil. Don't fuck with Mama Bullhorn. Mama Bullhorn, meet Marissa. She's the other chick that acts like me, but like is on steroids 10.0. I'm just kidding, Mama. Marissa's a good person to have me for. But all right, let's go through this. All transparency. I'm sure I'm going to be clipped. I'm sure I'm going to be dogged. I'm sure I'm going to be hated for being a female on the streets of YouTube. And speaking my feelings, I'm sure that I should not be doing this. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be crucified for it. But what makes it worth it is that if I can help one of you guys there, it is like literally 2 o'clock in the morning, then it's worth it. Because everybody keeps saying, hey, Bullhorn, why aren't you with somebody? We heard you're number 32 for Dolly. We heard you're the wife of JLR. We heard that you were seeing BK. We heard that you broke the Glaire's heart. None of that happened. So on June 6th, this is literally the day after I kicked my husband out of the house. June 1st, 2021. I wrote down the qualities I was looking for a man. Because at this point, you have to understand, I have been single for 4.5 years prior to my husband moving out of the home. And I was single for another 1.5 years after that. So you're talking out of a 12-year relationship, 7 of those years being in isolation and all by myself. But I was married, and that's what married people do. They don't. If you want to leave, you leave. But you leave with everybody knowing you're leaving. That's what I did. Qualities. Confident, but not arrogant. The very first thing, like these things, I don't know if I wrote these in order intentionally or, it's one of those things that happen for a reason. But I'm going to read these things just to make sure that people don't think I'm adding stuff in. There are 20 items on my list. So those haters of mine that really like Bullhorn Betty, here is the list to steal Bullhorn Betty's heart. So you have to be confident but not arrogant. You have to be smart and witty. You have to make me laugh. Someone who can take charge but still wants my input and knows when to let a woman handle it, right? There's a lot of, ups and downs with that. A partner to take on the world with me. Someone that accepts me for me. Now, mind you, that is a loaded statement. Somebody that accepts me for me. I come with a horrible history. I come with And I don't give an F attitude. I am definitely an alpha female. So I need somebody to take me for me and love me for who I am. Because at the end of the day, I'm genuine and I want the right things to happen. Someone who lifts others up. I didn't say lifts me up. That lifts others up. Someone that explains when I'm wrong instead of yelling. If anybody knows anything about me, I don't like being yelled at. I don't like being shouted at. I don't like being left alone. I don't like being felt like I'm left alone. And I don't like feeling I'm condemned because of a simple mistake. So when I'm wrong, and I accept it. But you don't need to scream me in my face for it, because I'm the type of person that when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong and I apologize. A lot of adults out there don't acknowledge when they're wrong and damn sure never apologize for it. I never have to worry whether they lie or not because they're truthful even when it hurts. How many people wish that the person that they were with, even past relationships, no matter how horrible it was, if they were the one that told you, things would have been so much different. If they would have came to you and said, I did this, I did that, you would have probably been really, really pissed off. But would you have screamed to the top of your lungs? Would you have broke the TV? Would you have thrown him out of the house? If he came to you and said, look, I'm really sorry, I made a mistake, here's what happened, would you have been mad? Yes. Would you have kicked him out of the house? Probably. Would you have broke the TV? Maybe not. You see where I'm going? Like, you could have dealt with it, because at that point, you know the person you're with is honest, truthful, has integrity, and admits when they are wrong. So you know that when they say they're wrong, they're most likely wrong. But when they say they didn't do something, at least you know they didn't do it, because you have them admitting to the most difficult thing in their life, and they told you the truth. So, number 9, I've never had from any man. I have to be honest with you. No man has ever been honest with me about jack shit. I'm 43 years old. I've been through several relationships. I have been beaten more times than I have told the truth. Even the friends I have right now, if it came down to their hide or mine, they would lie to my face. Number 10, kind-hearted and treats me like a lady. What is kind-hearted these days, right? What is treating somebody like a lady these days? These are a lot of things that men are missing. Clip channels, because Bullhorn Betty, this is Bullhorn Betty's meltdown. You know, you guys been waiting for the meltdown on YouTube. I'm not crazy like, you know, the lightning tiger guy, you know, where I want to get zapped in the neck with, you know, bolts of stuff. That's not my breakdown. My breakdown is finally, like, you guys have broke me. What do you guys want from me? You guys have brought up decades and decades of issues in my past. How does that change who I am today? That only bolsters the fact of who I am today. It only explains why I am who I am today. Not one of my haters ever told you how much money I spend going out to these cases. Not one hater of mine has ever told you, out of all those arrests that they say that I was arrested for, which the number is absolutely untrue, but out of every single arrest I have, they have never once come out and said that I was not guilty, that I actually went to court and was found not guilty under the law. Not one of them will tell you that. Not one of them will tell you that I almost lost my life. Not one of them will will tell you that even in the grips of my addiction, I never stole a thing from one person. In the grips of my addiction, I literally sold everything I owned, but I never ever prostituted myself, nor did I ever steal a dime from anybody. I was that kind of drug addict. Like, I knew that this was not my life. I knew that I needed to change it. The addiction took me for 6 months, I would say, to a year. I keep saying 6 months, but the 6 months preceding that 6 months was something I can never explain. But anyways, getting back to the man, these are my healthy boundaries. I talk about, we talk about the language of letting go. This is probably more of a female session than a male session. But if you're a male and you're listening, you might as well see what grabs the women's hearts, dude, right? Like, if you're really an upstanding guy and you have a injured woman, this is probably the show for you tonight. Because I guarantee you, every single woman in this chat room is injured. They're injured by whatever affected them. We are all here in silence, but together. And we see these babies dying left and right from these despicable parents. And what the fuck are we supposed to do about it? Seriously, what the hell are we supposed to do about it? I get on my bullhorn, I'm bashed. I stand up there in solidarity, I'm bashed. I spend $1,000 for flyers and banners and stuff, I'm bashed. I'm bashed. Someone that explains when I'm wrong instead of yelling. That's where we left off. Never have to worry about whether they lie or not because they're truthful even when it hurts. I have never found that. I have to be honest, right? Like, we're a bunch of women here. Granted, there's probably a man or two or even a woman that wants to break me down, and so what? I don't listen to their shit, nor am I going to go on to it. And if they want to beat a woman down, God bless them. If that's what makes them tick, if that's what gives them purpose in the world, then tear every single woman down that threatens you. Because at the end of the day, even with this breakdown on YouTube, I guarantee you tomorrow is going to be bigger and better. Why? Because I'm a human and I don't give a fuck about your damn feelings. I got feelings too. Clearly I do. But we know a man's never going to be truthful, right? I mean, that's like, if we get a man like that, keep that man, marry that man, like, take it, like, literally get him down the aisle as quickly as possible, because I'm telling you, in the real world, men do not tell you the truth. Unless they are, like, metrosexual or totally in love with you because you got that of a thing. Expect your man to lie. Now, all those good men that are out there that don't lie, sorry, you're getting a bad rap. But you lie. I got trust issues. So all those, raise hell, eat cornbread guys out there, I know you guys are good-hearted country men. And you know what? You're good-hearted country men. You guys need to show that good-hearted country men. I'm telling you, you guys are few and far between. You open a door for a lady. You treat a lady with respect. You make a lady feel like they are, you wake up thinking about them. You go to bed thinking about it. You don't let your lady know that. You're failing already. But you love the woman you're with and you're too scared to show her? Are you effing kidding me? Are you wanting the love of your life to walk out the door? Seriously. Because if not, who gives a rat's ass about everybody else? Let her know you love her. By the way, BHB dating app is open. But the reason why BHB dating app is now available to the general audience is because we don't want to connect assholes with assholes, right? We want to make sure that this right here, if a significant other saw that, would call and report their significant other. Like, we don't believe in child abuse, whether she gives you good head or not. This is disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And not only that, but you guys only see me literally intoxicated under alcohol once a year. Right? When was the last time you see me drinking? Back in February of last year. I'm drinking tonight. And you guys are going to have to accept it. Mama Bullhorn, I love you, but I'm allowed to have a break every now and again, and I'm allowed for it to be public. So we're going to give them something to talk about, because we know we have to fill their bank accounts too, right? If it wasn't for Bullhorn Betty and Dolly Vision and Marissa and Justice for All, some of these creators wouldn't be able to put food on their table. And that's serious as a heart attack. You think these people want to come after us because they don't believe in our cause? No. You watch even that 777 chick give me, what was it, $50 or $60 that evening to tell me how despicable I was? That's her supporting our cause. So even these despicable ass people are supporting our cause. However, they have to make a buck for themselves. Their audience hates Bullhorn Betty. So Bullhorn Betty, which has been known around the world, and no matter what they say, is a legit media person, right? All that makes you legit being a media person, even if, even Bullhorn Betty, like the Bullhorn Betty channel, right here, right now, I could put a press badge together because this is what we do. This is our entity. This is the practice that we do every single day. There is no dispute that this channel falls under news and falls under the First Amendment freedom of press. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I no longer need the press badge from U.S. Press Corps. I don't need it anymore. This channel is now established well over a year. We have more audience than the local news, and I get paid for the services I provide. That is the classic definition of a media personnel. I agree that she is pathetic, GP. I do believe that, absolutely at the end of the day, she is absolutely pathetic. She is sad in her own life, and she lies about her credentials. She said that she's a pediatric oncologist. I call bullshit. I talked to a pediatric oncologist. I showed them the texts of this woman, and they said there is no way that personality is derived from a pediatric oncologist. Because they told me specifically, a pediatric oncologist wouldn't give a fuck about you. That's what they said. That is exactly what my friend said to me. If they work for a pediatric oncologist, they wouldn't give a rat's ass what you say, how you say it, or where you go. Because their patient is a child, and they don't have time to get in the drama. So everything that lady has said to her audience is a lie. Because if it wasn't, again, she wouldn't even have a YouTube channel. Because a pediatric oncologist or somebody that works for a pediatric oncologist, that is their job. Not disparaging a YouTuber. So she's a liar. And not only that, but I have not found one license in her name. You go and look up Bullhorn Betty, you see several licenses, from insurance to medical to you see a lot. I had a lot of licenses in my wake. Still possess a couple of them to this day. So the other one was kind-hearted and treats me like a lady. We discussed that. Every woman should be treated like a lady. Now, if you're not being treated like a lady, or your man is disrespecting you, dude, if you choose not to leave, that's on you. But I can promise you that you are a beautiful woman and you do not deserve to be treated like shit. You don't deserve it. How did this all transpire from Quentin Simon? Because Quentin Simon was treated worthless. And there are many of you that were treated just like him as a kid. A lot of my audience is still harboring pain from their childhood. They're still harboring pain. Oh my God. I want to cry right now. I love all you. I wear my big girl pants, and I can love people I don't always see eye to eye with. We're individuals. Compassion and authenticity is what I care about. I'm dying. I choose you to be my company in the final days. Oh my God, lass. Thank you so much. I wish I could say I'm behind you all in my life and what comes after. Thank you, Betty, Molly, Justice, and the community. I don't know what you're struggling with, lass, but I can tell you that if you ever need any, I will be there. If you're really going through something that's going to take your life and you just want a friend, I'm happy to be there for you, babe. I really am. Nobody deserves to feel alone. So what brought Bullhorn Betty to this point, right? Click channels, get it. You guys can click the shit out of this. I don't care, because at the end of the day, you know you feel just as shitty as me. After some of these cases, you feel like you're not worthy. You don't have a spouse. You don't have a significant other. You have literally nothing going on in your life, and you choose hate over love. And that's the difference. My whole world can fall the F apart. Can literally fall the F apart. And I'm still willing to help somebody else. That's the difference between me and you. You never, ever hear me come after you. You never, ever, and trust me, I know who most of you are. And you guys have horrible backgrounds, horrible situations, but you never, ever hear me put you on blast. And that's the difference between me and you. And that will always be the difference between me and you. I can have a relationship completely fall apart, fizzle the fuck out. Literally, just, you never knew it was there, you never knew when it was gone, nothing. That's the difference. You have a relationship that goes bad, the whole effing YouTube streets know about it. I could be talking about Quentin, but what's the point? Might as well keep talking about myself, right? That's what the haters would love to put up on the billboards. I'm almost done with my bottle of wine, so I'm pretty intoxicated at this moment. So, I mean, eat your heart out, right? What do I have to lose at this point? What does it matter, right? So let's talk about some of the things that I'm looking for in a person. So if there's any good guy out there, right? I still can't believe Lost did that. Holy shit. God bless you. You have no idea how much that means. Because that means another case. That means a plane ticket. $400 is a fucking plane ticket for me somewhere. To help another family, help another case. Do I help the families and the cases the same way? Of course not. I would never, ever, ever in a million years treat Brandy the way I treated Billy Joe. Why? Because Billy Joe was the reason this happened in the first place. And if you do not believe me, I don't give a shit. If it wasn't for Billy Joe, Quentin would be alive. Quentin would be living life as he should if it wasn't for Billy Joe lying to the court. I hate Billy Joe. I hate Leilani. You can never, like even Don Wells, I could sit across the table and have a conversation with. You put me across the table with Leilani, Bullhorn Betty would be sitting in jail. And I wouldn't be sitting in jail for ripping a bullhorn out of her hands. There's a reason why I do what I do, because I have to. It is my positive outlet, so I don't come unglued. But getting back to my life problems, not everybody else's, right? Because we got to take our mind off all the negativity. Like, I'm literally up at 2:30 in the morning with a live that's been going on for 2.5 hours. I think I'm due my bitch and my complaint. I stood up for 9.5 hours in front of Leilani's house, talking to you, while other bright people were telling me I was on a vacation. Meanwhile, Bullhorn Betty has been single, even though I'm fucking every person on YouTube. I've been single for a very long time. But for those that are interested in what is Bullhorn Betty looking for in life, click this, because you know what? Somebody's going to see me, and you're going to clip me, and you're going to sit there and bash me for being emotional and all this other stuff. That's okay. Just get this right, okay? Would you get this right, please? So at least the people that are hearing you bash me may consider me as a possibility, you know, because I'm sick and tired of being alone. I've been alone for about 5.5 years now. Let's put that in perspective. I think I'm past the whole getting over using people, you know, whatever that whole, cycle is. You guys know it. I don't know it. It's my first divorce. But let me read this in its entirety and you'll get it. So number 1 is confidence, not arrogance. So that's like literally the biggest thing I have, right? Confidence, not arrogance. Smart and witty, makes me laugh. Someone who can take charge but still wants my input and knows when to let the woman handle it. Like, there's just some things that men should not be handling. Step back, let the female handle it. They will be more effective. A partner to take on the world with. Like, I need somebody that has balls. Like, I've got fucking King Kong size balls. You guys all know it. I have no problem telling anybody where to go or how to get there. I can be absolutely 100% professional, but I can absolutely be 100% ghetto too. That is the flexibility of me. I love it, right? At the end of the freaking day, don't ever think I don't know who I am. Being who I am, being Bullhorn Betty, don't ever think I don't know the power I possess. And all these haters out there may be saying, oh, she doesn't have any power. I'm a one-man show. I don't give a rat's ass about anybody. If I feel like something is right, I do the right thing. Why? Because it makes me feel good to do good. I will never ask permission to do what I think is right. If I have to pay a heavy cost for doing the right thing, believe me, I will pay that heavy cost, and every single person will support me on that if I'm in the right and my heart was in the good place, right? So, takes charge but still knows when to let a woman handle it. A partner to take on the world with. I need somebody that is right there in sync with me and ready to take on the world. I cannot deal with, I can't deal with a normal person, right? Because a normal person doesn't know YouTube. YouTube is a very specific place for very specific people, and you can't have a relationship unless they understand the grips of YouTube, period. If you want a successful relationship, like, you know, even that nasty cabbage bitch, her husband's going to get tired of it. He's not in it. He doesn't want anything part of it. He's happy with the little paycheck she's getting here and there. But I guarantee when he finds out what she's doing behind the scenes and what she's saying behind the scenes, he's going to be done with it. That's the difference between a righteous woman and a non-righteous woman. I would never do that. I would never be going to run off with BK or anything like that. It ain't happening. Okay? He's disgusting, by the way, and losing a lot of weight, which is a bad, bad sign. But, you know, I wish him the best. I hope he gets help. I don't want to be burying him. I hate him to death, but I love him all the same. It's not somebody I would go to his funeral, and I cry at funerals, and I do not want to be crying over Kitty Kitty. That is an embarrassment. He shouldn't be dead to begin with. But if he dies, I will cry. I'm sorry. I'm just that kind of bitch. And no, I do not believe that chick that died was his sister. I believe it was a great friend of his, but I think he deceived his audience and saying it was his sister. It was one of his drug buddies that he booted up with a lot of times. It was his sister, not his sister. And I'm sorry, but if you're that close to her, then you probably sold her the drugs that put in her arms. And I'm sorry, BK, but you can call me a bitch and you can call me a lot of things, but I never did that to my friends. Ever. And that's something you're going to have to live with. And why am I saying that? I don't know. I'm just Bullhorn Betty. I don't know a lot. I'm stupid. I never have to worry whether they lie or not because they're truthful even when it hurts, right? We just discussed that. I am unapologetically truthful, and that has been a lot of my problems to my friends, my family, everything. Because you ask me a question, I give you a truthful answer. I'm not one of those people, your ass looks big in those jeans. I'm the bitch that tells you your ass looks big in those jeans. Okay? I just want to let you know, I'm that friend. I'm not the friend that you want to, I'm not the safe space and coloring book friend. If your ass looks big in your jeans, I'm that friend that tells you your ass looks big in that jeans. I'm not that friend that lets you walk out of the house with your ass looking that big in the jeans. Okay, I'm not that friend. I'm the friend. I'm like the real friend. When you put your makeup on all cattywampus, I'm that woman that tells you, go fix your fucking makeup. You're not leaving this house with me. Right? You disrespect your husband in front of me, I am that friend that tells you, you just emasculated your husband in front of your best friend. You need to take your ass in there and apologize. I'm that best friend. We like big butts and we cannot lie. What? I hear BT 2.0 has my ass as her emoji. She can't use the burnt toast emoji from what I hear. Oh, and that's all my fault too. Even though I haven't talked to the person that's done this in months, seems like she took a chip off his shoulder. Me, I don't give a fuck about her. I don't care. She is inconsequential to my world. A lot of these people are. I'm just having a moment. I'm having a sad moment. I've got 2 monkeys, and my monkeys don't seem like either one of them are coming home. I knew the one monkey wasn't. But today I got slapped with a dose of reality, and I started thinking, what can I do? And I realized how weak I was. And I made this whole entire story since everybody's been talking about Bullhorn Betty and Jimmy Jams and Marissa and everything else. You know what? Screw it. If you're going to be talking about me, I think I should be talking about myself. If you're going to be making money off my story, it better be my fucking story and not your story for me. You want to know how effed up I am? I am pretty effed up. Are you fucking kidding me? I came from frickin' Fruitland, Idaho, covering a case of a little 5-year-old boy to go home for a week to come and cover a case of a woman killing her kid that's 20 months old. But hey, Bullhorn Betty's sane. Got it together. And never mind the fact that the police chief out in Savannah, Georgia is fighting us tooth and nail, right? Because we don't matter. All that matters is those despicable people that put their hands on these little children. You're more likely to go to jail. Like when I go to jail, You don't say if I go to jail in Savannah, Georgia. I'm not saying that. When I go to jail in Savannah, Georgia, it will be a fucking badge of honor. And if anybody has a problem with my language or anything, I don't give a shit. Mama Bullhorn, I'm in a raw moment tonight. I'm sorry, Mom. Thank you for being here. I know you're still in chat and you still are probably praying really hard on your knees right now for your daughter, and I get it. And I probably would be too. Probably would be too. But it's all about healthy boundaries. I never have to worry about they lie because they'll be truthful even when it hurts. We've already said that 3 times, right? What man does that? None. There is no fucking respectable man out there my age that is truthful. Or that would rather tell me the truth than lie to me. And I'm sure many of you from all ages are experiencing the same thing. It ain't happening, folks. But what I can say is I'm Bullhorn Betty and I have a lot to fucking offer. And anybody who ever wants to throw that in my face, it's their problem. And once they throw it in my face and I have to accept it thrown in my face, the chances of me and you again will never be. Ask Anissa. Ask White Rabbit. When you cross me and I even forgive you and then you stab me in the back again, I'm done. I love both of them. I still do. And I forgive both of them. But White Rabbit, Anissa, fuck you. And then fuck you guys some more. Because you know what? You were my friends. You were my friends. And even when you stepped into the Kool-Aid, like my best friend of 18 years wouldn't have stepped into that Kool-Aid. I even gave you guys a free pass and said, you know, I'm just stepping away. Gonna get a breather. Gonna relax. I already let everybody know once you cross me that way, the chances of you being, and it's not like it's impossible, of being back where you used to be. But it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of integrity, character, and class to get there. Because I give myself freely. Any person that knows me out there can tell you and attest to you, I give myself freely. You want to be my friend, I give you 100% of my friendship. Keeping that friendship is the hard part. Me giving you that friendship, me giving you me giving you my time, that's free. I give that to each and every person that comes into my life. I do. Without reservations, without regrets, because each and every person deserves to be handled on their own merit. What you did to Joe Blow last year or the year before has no consequence to me. You being a wonderful person has no consequence to me. I don't care if you did the most fabulous thing to Aunt Millie down the road. I could care effing less. If you stab me in my back, that good deed you did to Aunt Millie means nothing to me. Nothing. So let's go over the qualities. Now, remember, we're already past, so we're almost 18 months in to the list. I've never discussed this list in my life. Ever, ever, ever. And why I'm doing it tonight, I can only say it is the Moscato that is making me... I think it's just the fact that I really just don't give a shit. I've watched people tear people apart. I've tore people apart. But I still thought Michael Monkey Vaughn was coming home. I don't think he is now. So am I cracking up a little bit? Yeah. I deserve it. And so do you. Not only that, the clip channels need some money. Right? Let's give them every penny they deserve, right? Because we don't have hearts. We're just robots over here. We don't give a shit about our victims. We just pick the bones off of them. You know, every penny I've ever spent on these cases, it was worth it. It was worth it. Every penny. I'm fucking broke. I'm extended on my debt. I've ran my credit cards up. You know, people want to tell you that I made $40,000 and then they want to turn around the next week and say, oh, but she's being sued for her credit card because she can't pay fucking shit. Well, which is it? Am I making the million fucking dollars or am I broke as hell? Come on, haters. Figure it the fuck out. Because I'd like to know. Right? I mean, I'd like to know. Let's talk about what I've been through. Like, am I rich or am I poor? Please tell me. I don't know which way I'm supposed to go this day. I haven't even been served. Listen to this, guys. I haven't even been served with a lawsuit on this credit card that was ran up 5 years ago to save my husband's business, which I did. Every penny, and again, I tell everybody that everything that was bought for my husband's business, I purchased. And I handed it all to him to save my home. And he pawned it all literally in a week. Our whole entire, everything I worked for, pawned in a week. And people are coming out here and saying, oh, but she's being sued by credit card. Well, you just said the week before, I was so freaking rich. I was picking the bones off these children. I made $40,000 off these kids. They explained to me if I made $40,000, why I can't pay a $2,500 credit card bill and why I'm still driving around in a 2011 Equinox with almost 200,000 miles on it. I'm so rich. Might be part of the reason why I'm cracking up tonight. So all the haters in the Clip channel stick around. I'm pretty sure this is not the last of it. And not only is it not the last of it, I'm still not even done with my last glass of wine or my vape. So stick around. I'm going to play a song because I'm drunk. We're having a moment. And I'm pretty sure my mom is like ready to kill me. And I really don't care. I love you, Mom. I really do love you. You're the backbone of everything that I deal with, and you're the reason why I'm living, and you're the reason why I'm able to have this breakdown, right? Like at the end of the day, I mean, I'm allowed to have a breakdown. I never had a breakdown before, but it's kind of feeling kind of good. Like I feel like I'm purging things. I feel like I don't feel like I'm purging shit. I gotta be honest with you guys. This shit sucks. I don't even know where all this came from. I really don't. It's just, I think it's, the tractor trailers, the shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It really does have to do with Michael Monkey Vaughn. I can't lie. It has absolutely everything to do with this little boy because, oh my God, I'm ready to fucking go off on this shit. Alright, well, you guys are going to have to listen to, Jesus Christ. I gotta pee. So you guys are listening to this statement again. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. Are you kidding me? It's not even fucking playing. Alright, guys. Well, I'm sorry. I did try to put the thing on, but it didn't play, so we're back again anyways. So how bad is tonight? You need to get out. No, I do not need to get out. I need to stay in because I'm drinking. We don't go out and put ourselves or put anybody else in danger.